Hello, all you internet people. I'm Naomi Fitter, Assistant Professor of Robotics at Oregon State University, and I'm presenting my work on the design and implications of deliberate and compelling touch in human-robot interaction as part of the Reacting to Contact RSS 2020 workshop. I've previously completed a PhD in haptics at the University of Pennsylvania, a postdoc in socially assistive robotics at the University of Southern California, and I'm a semi-professional performing artist outside of my day job, so my research tends to fall at the intersections of these three areas. Throughout my past work, I've been interested in making robots that can care for people, and I feel encouraged and inspired by the prevalence of touch in visions of this type of human-robot interaction. The value of this type of interaction extends beyond a sci-fi vision. Touch interactions are essential to human-human bonding, and in human-robot interactions, we're beginning to understand the differences touch interaction can make in connection and engagement. This area comes with some interesting research challenges too. It's easy to imagine why. If we focus on something like a fist bump that we saw on the last slide, we can see that even between expert human participants, inconsistencies can easily arise between individuals' sensing and action. Most of these interactions also depend on perceptions of one's own environment, which also can be challenging. And especially in social touch, there are a lot of challenges and concerns related to robot control and safety, as clearly illustrated in this past Windows SkyDrive commercial. So we know that this is challenging, but what do we know about the benefits and usefulness of this type of interaction? Thanks for asking that helpful leading question, Self. No problem. I think the last thing you want to do right now is sit through a long virtual presentation. Like me, you're probably also a bit loopy, so I'll make this one short and sweet with mainly a few key results, and you're welcome to ask me questions and dive into my past work as you become inspired. One important idea is that if you have social touch interaction, you also have some sort of control and planning strategy. Say, in this example interaction, the Baxter robot is trying to sense contact with me and perhaps update its trajectory based on this knowledge. We might also tweak the control gains to influence how the robot follows the intended trajectory. So, how you do this control and planning is important. This is what we saw. These choices influence how people perceive the affective characteristics of the robot, such as pleasantness, energy level, and dominance. And the optimal engineering solution is not always the optimal social one. If you have a robot interacting with people in the real world and you want them to keep using it, this idea is crucial. And here are some other places you can learn more. So, okay, how you implement this type of interaction matters. But why do we want a robot to be able to do this type of thing in the first place? In studies of this type of hand-clapping gameplay interaction, playing with Baxter in this way actually led users to feel more understood by the robot and more willing to follow the example of the robot. And when leading the game, they also thought more about the teamwork interaction between themselves and the robot. In the ever more popular realm of industrial co-robots, this understanding of robot capabilities and critical thinking about the interaction can be key to robot adoption and successful deployment. And you can learn more about this past work here and also here. So the previous example is a good reason for why we would want social physical interaction in domains with human-robot teamwork. But where else is it useful? We also studied human-robot social touch in exercise, expanding to the realm of personal robots. We compared games involving social touch, for example the agility game shown here, against games without human-robot touch. Overall, games with social touch were more pleasant, enjoyable, engaging, cognitively challenging, and energy-inducing. So overall, we've seen that the deliberate design of social touch is important. Engineering considerations in these types of interaction also influence social perception of the robot. We see benefits of dynamic and compelling social touch in co-robot applications, and also in creating personal robots. If this resonates with you and you'd like to do some social touch experiments of your own, check out these open source resources, which work particularly well with the Baxter robot. Here are the sources for that work. And the Reacting to Contact workshop organizers asked me to prepare 3 relevant questions for discussion at the workshop. Here are my picks, some aligned with my previous work, and some more relevant to the future state of the field. The organizers also asked me to prepare 3 controversial statements, so here those are too. I'm very excited for the heated debate surrounding them. Thanks for listening. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have by email, at the workshop, or next time I see you in person. I'm here in Corvallis where the conference is supposed to be, and there's weirdly no one around. I hope you all get here soon. Just kidding. Maybe next year.